Alright, so today we are starting our little tour with Brian and Boom. So we are at the Klonglan waterfall again. You guys have seen this one two different times, but it's worth a trip over here. So we're heading Sukothai and then up to do the Mae Hong Son loop. And so we'll be hitting Chiang Mai, Mae Hong Son, Pai, all that. So next 10 days, and then over to see Song Serm and Nan to finish up. And so we've got a long way to go. So here we go. This place is just amazing. They'll turn you around. Even when it's dry, this is a nice spot. But pretty good flow today. And as in the last one, you can see the queue. People trying to get up and get their picture in that spot. That log is a famous place to come and get your picture. Alright, so we're Kampaeng Phet now. We're on the, I didn't visit this side. The other side took me a couple hours just to get through the other side, and by then I was just worn out. But this side is, it's also part of the historical park. Just a few chetties and stuff and a few Buddhas in here, so we'll rock around here a little bit. And got Brian over there. He's third trip to Thailand, but first trip here. So not much left of these guys. All the plaster and everything's been worn off of them. A few Buddhas still remain up here a little bit, but you can see the old halls. Some of the pillars and stuff still remain, but this place they've got it all cleaned up, but it's pretty wet around here right now. Yeah, like from this shot you can kind of see how over the years it's just kind of settled in unevenly. Even on this part right here, this corner's real high, and then it's kind of settled in, which it's what, 14th century, 14th and 15th century all this was built, so it's all, you know, 600-700 years old. And they took it all, and so just another Took out all the walk paths. Like this would be a huge, yeah. This would have originally been a huge temple. Not all of this enclosed, but like where that Buddha is, that would have been enclosed, and like you can see some towers right up there that would have been enclosed. And each one of the Buddhas have different symbols by the different poses that they hold. But all this would have been stuccoed with decorative trim. Big old snail. Not much of the stucco. As we're walking around, you can see some of the remaining stucco, but not much of it's left. It's a big complex. Like you can get bits and pieces of it where it still remains. So they carved the rocks and then the stucco's there. So that would have been all done up in different relief. Like a trim, a decorative trim, and then you have different carvings above and below. This side is well taken care of, short of they are bringing more block in, or they're taking it out. So here's the other side. Try to shade the light a little bit. It's getting later in the afternoon, but you can really see how that one's kind of settled over the years. Boy, there's another one. And they call this stuff laterite. It's almost the same soil we have at our house, but this is more of a rock, where ours is all pebbly. The old entryway gate. This is a nice city though. This area is very clean. All the walls and stuff around the city are still in pretty good shape. This is a nice trip. Kampaeng Phet for at least a day. And then you have the two waterfalls that are just an hour away. Hour and a half. The first one's an hour, the second one's another half hour beyond that. But they're really worth seeing, so a nice day trip, a nice overnight. You got restaurants right on the river, so that's kind of neat. And we're gonna go look and see if they got any nightlife tonight, or at least I am. Doubt we'll find any, but we'll go look. So over here on this side, it's a little more protected away from the public. These are all still intact. Few of them anyway. I mean, they're pretty. These don't look that ornate though, because some of those had a little more decoration on their foot, and then like on here it had like a dress. But that's what they look like. Smiling. So this is called the city pillar, but it's kind of a modern representation of the old style. So all of those temples back there would have had intricate carvings like this, if not more intricate in them, and the bases would have looked like that, you know, and all the corners are really detailed So it's a shame that all that stucco and stuff is worn off over the years, because it'd really be something to see this place in modern times. I've been to a lot of these now, and I'm still always amazed by them. So this is the corner of the inside wall. So we got wall all the way around us. We just wanted to go up here and look. They got a defensive position up here. Okay, so this is what the wall looks like from the inside. So you can see down the wall on that side. Got the moat going all the way around. And it kind of jets out here on the corner. So you have wall over there, and the wall going back down that way. Got a moat all the way around. And this area is all the old city center. They got all these old ficus trees growing up through it and everything. Tears up the wall, but it makes it look cool as heck. The old Angkor Wat temples in Cambodia and stuff all look like this, but we got it right here in Thailand. Just really beautiful back in here. And this time of year is great because it's plenty of moisture, as you can see there. All right, it's Tuesday morning. I think it's the 2nd or the 3rd of August. We're in Sukothai on bicycles. My what? My what? Tree. And this place is huge, so we got bikes. 100 baht for me to get in, 20 baht for Goy, 10 baht for each bicycle, and then we rented the bicycles for 30 baht. But my back is not going to take walking this thing, so we're going to bike it. So off we go. Old man on a bicycle. You see that before? Look at that old fucker. Early in the morning, park cleaning, nice stupa. It is only like 7:30 in the morning, so So in the previous video we were over at Kanchanaburi, which is an hour from here. But all those temples, none of the stucco was left on it. But you can see the intricate carvings, all the figurines, the way they trim it out, make it look like a molding. And then all the laterite that's underneath. So you have, like, just depending on the different themes, you'll have animals, or you'll have battle scenes, or you'll have in this case different kinds of Buddhas. Kind of give you an idea of what things look like. So this would have been a hall right here. Then this would have been a little bit of a hall with the Buddha in front. So now standing in the center of the hall there, on the entryway, you get the main Buddha. Then you come into the hall, you have the main spire. You got standing Buddha to the left, standing Buddha to the right. You've got all kinds of stupas and stuff around. So lots of pigeons. I got something going on the far side, but just amazing to see something that's 600-700 years old and still standing. And like they've taken made a ring around the tree. Those would be columns, laterite for the columns. I just love these old places, man. Don't know enough about them to be educated on what it all means, but I would love to see them in action. But these grounds are just stunning. And 100 baht, you can't complain, because this one is well taken care of. Old temple dog just chilling out. But they have put a lot of, I haven't been here in about 15 years since I was here the last time. But they have put up more do not climb on stuff. Everybody cleaning all the algae and stuff out of the ponds and everything. They get overgrown quickly if they don't take care of it. Just incredible grounds though. So looking at this a little bit, give you a reference. So you got the stairs coming up into what would be a hall. So here's what it would look like all finished. So this is that front end. So all the way down here would be a long hall until you got back to all that. So back that tall piece right there would be open air, but all this would be under roof, including this Buddha and the other Buddha. So that this Buddha right here is located about right there in that hall, and that second Buddha is back in there, and then this is all open air. And then from the back side you can kind of see there'd be another little, probably an abbot's hall or a monk's hall, something like that. But that's what it would have looked like in its day. It's kind of an overcast day. This is the rainy season, but there in the distance you can see the mountains, like right between there too. It's just a beautiful setting. I think as the sun was out, it gets very hot this time of year, so this is kind of it's humid as a dog right now, but it's about the perfect time of day to come in here. There's no groups of tour buses haven't rolled in yet. But just a stunning place. And this is 3 hours from my home. So all of what you've seen in this video up to now is 3 hours or less from my home. So that's why I live out here. Little island with the temple on it out there, surrounded by this beautiful little lake. Alright, this is a spot way back in the corner. Zoom out a little bit, give you a little better perspective. A little enclosed walled-in temple. Go through the old ancient gates. Wat Si Savaya. So they have the big hall in the front, a couple abbot houses off to the side. So those are the side structures. And this is the main hall structure. So here's kind of an overhead of just this. So it says number 1 is a monastery, which I'm thinking they got this number 1. So that would be off to the side, the gallery. They would have like all the seated Buddhas in that. But just a nice little. So this would all be under roof right here. And probably had 2 Buddha figures in each of those alcoves, I would guess. Then you come back, this portion would be, this would still be under roof. I kind of give you a close-up of this. You can still see all the engravings and everything still on that. You can see how the plaster's all kind of worn off of these ones on the side. But this central one still looks pretty good. And then they have this would be considered the gallery. And can actually go into this one and go out. Go inside. Lots of pigeons though. So just all hollow inside. A lot of times they'll have bats in here, but there's no way to get out up higher. So it's a neat little spot. It's kind of tucked over here out of the main path, which I like getting on the bike and just going for a ride. Still out there, nobody stole it. Didn't lock it up. So go down inside this main. Like this one did have several floors in it, but the beams have rotted out. Let's see if yeah, so it goes on up there. So there was a floor right there, which is like 15 foot up here. This is probably about 20 foot up to that one, 20, 25. And then on up inside there. So that's kind of different. And see, here would have been your hinge pin for your door. So you got your hinge right there. Your door would go open into the thing. There probably would have been a Buddha, rightful Buddhas. Lots of pigeons. Looks like maybe a well. Yeah, nice little spot. You can see the rocks. Those are probably all the remainder of an older wall. And this is just right outside the historical park's right across the road. So this is right outside. So this one's not protected as much, but people still come here and say their prayers to this location. So still lots of incense burning, and somebody put that's all fresh flowers and fresh bananas. So somebody's been up here doing their offerings. So this is from the outside.
It's a mix of Khmer and Hinduism. Fragments they found inside a museum, I think, in Bangkok.
So all that rubble may be the remainders of this, and it had all caved in, and they just took it and piled it over there in P Mine. There are whole piles of stuff that trying to talk. She's sticking potato chips in my mouth, but all the piles of piles of rubble just stacked up in the back, and so now it's, if they would have left it lay where it was, they could have probably reconstructed it, but because they removed it and it's all mixed up together, it's almost impossible to reconstruct now. But probably the same thing happened here. They just moved the stuff out of the way.